All right, so today we're going to talk about a really critical journey. How do you get from the classroom to the boardroom? We're going to break down why that bridge between potential and performance just collapses so often and what it might take to actually build a better one. This, this right here gets to the absolute heart of it. It's the core problem we're unpacking today, isn't it? The fact that there are brilliant, talented people everywhere, but the paths for them to succeed, not so much. I mean, we've all heard this a million times. It's the standard advice, the formula for success we were all given growing up. It sounds so simple, so fair. But what if it's not just incomplete? What if it's actually bad advice? And yeah, that's the million-dollar question. This is the exact moment where that traditional advice just falls apart for so many amazing people. If working hard is all it takes, then why are there so many people who put in all the effort and still come up short? So let's start by really digging into this idea, what our source material today calls the work hard myth. This right here totally reframes the entire idea of what success looks like. Now, it's not saying hard work doesn't matter. Of course it does. But it's saying hard work alone isn't enough. You need three other things. You have to be ready when an opportunity shows up. You need the relationships to even know about it, and you need the resources to actually act on it. Okay, so if readiness, relationships, and resources are the real keys to the kingdom, then where does everything go wrong for so many people? Well, it turns out there are three huge specific gaps that stop people in their tracks. You know, this is such a crucial point to understand. The system isn't breaking down because we're running out of smart, capable people. Not at all. It's breaking down because the doors to the best opportunities are just not open to everyone equally. It's an access problem, plain and simple. So what are these barriers? What's creating this huge canyon between all that talent and the real opportunities? Well, it really boils down to three big ones. So here they are. First, you've got an educational gap, where you learned theory but not how to actually apply it. Second, the network gap. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And too many people don't know the right people. And third, the capital gap, a lack of understanding of how money and finance actually work at a high level. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we see the three gaps, so what's the solution? Well, let's look at what's being proposed by this organization we're examining, called the Next Gen C-Suite Academy, or NCA for short. NCA's whole mission is to be that missing bridge. They're not trying to replace college or high school. What they want to do is build that connector between having the knowledge in your head and being able to actually perform like an executive in the real world. And you can see how their model is built to attack those three gaps head on. They use practical, hands-on education to close that knowledge gap. They bring in executive mentors to solve the network gap, and they create clear pathways to understanding funding to close the capital gap. It's a direct one-to-one solution. This chart really makes it clear. Think of it this way. Traditional school builds the foundation, right? NCA is designed to build the actual skyscraper on top of it. It's the leap from just learning concepts to gaining real applied skills. We're talking about legitimate MBA-level training. So this all sounds great on paper, but what does it actually look like? Let's get into the nuts and bolts. What are these students really learning? And maybe even more important, who's teaching them? The curriculum is all about hard skills you can actually use. In finance, you're not just memorizing terms, you're learning to read financial statements and model decisions. In strategy, it's about how to think like a leader when everything's on fire. And in communication, it's about writing with clarity and speaking with presence. These are skills you can use on day one. Now this might be the secret sauce. This is how that network gap gets closed. It's not just some random advice from a career counselor. We're talking about direct mentorship from people who are already in the boardroom. The idea is so simple and powerful. You learn the standard by working directly with the people who set it. And look who's doing the teaching. It's a mix of real industry leaders, top-tier professors, and, crucially, people who have actually done the work. They know the standard because they've lived it. Now, this isn't just a single one-off program. It's actually built to be a full pipeline to support students at different points along their journey. So there are really two main on-ramps. There's a program for high school students, kind of getting them prepped and ready early on, and then you have the main event, the collegiate track, for undergrads. That's where they can earn the flagship gold standard certificate. And through this whole pipeline, there's one core goal, achieving what they call financial fluency. This is so key. It's not about learning to balance a checkbook. It's a deep, strategic understanding of how capital moves, how big financial decisions get made. This is their direct answer to that huge capital gap.
Man, this quote really says it all. It's not about just inspiring people and telling them to dream big. It's about rigorous, practical training designed for one thing and one thing only: performance.
And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. Talent is endless, but opportunity is not. A framework like this is designed to completely challenge that idea. And it leaves you with this really powerful question to think about. If we could actually build enough of these bridges, if we could make opportunity just as widespread as talent, what could we build then? What problems could we finally solve? Just think about that.